I will cut that part out. Don't
God,
worry.
I dropped the F-bomb.
I will.
Because it probably would have ended up in the final reel if I hadn't have.
No,
okay.
you know what?
Yes,
You can always say, I don't want that to go in the beginning, and I will edit it out. You don't, I'm not some ogre. I should show you this hat. Caroline is not an ogre.
I saw that. Where is that from?
Whitney.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Ogre. So this was
so funny.
from, wants to put your face. Jacob is not an ogre. Jacob Palooza 2020. Yeah, that was from Whitney. Based on something that I'd said during the Zoom.
Oh.
Somebody wanted to stitch something that, it was Karen wanted to stitch something that wasn't a Jacob pattern. And she said, would that be okay? And I said, yes. He's not an ogre.
Oh, goodness.
Oh. Okay, how are we?
I think we're good.
I'm a little bit as usual. Okay, ready? I won't. Every time.
Oh, goodness.
There. You look cute either way.
Oh, thanks.
Can you see okay?
Well, I can see better than...
With them?
Yeah.
I even wore makeup today.
Wow.
I know.
That's way above my pay grade.
Now I've got it all over my hands and I'm going to touch my stitching. Excellent. No problem. So, yeah, I don't know.
Cool. I look really pasty.
The lighting in here is not, well, it's also very, very gray outside. It's kind of gross. Oh, I was going to do you a favor and take and eat a mint.
Oh, you know what? I'm still not smelling very good. I'm
okay.
still plugged up, so
cool.
I'm good.
That was rude. Sorry.
I'm pretty good.
Being on the carpet is tricky here. Okay. You know what? It's been a while. It's been a long while. Happy Thursday, Flosstube.
What's the date today?
Today is the November the 9th.
Yeah.
2023.
I recorded with you was September 14th.
I know.
Ridiculous.
I know. It is ridiculous. We've done a few things since then.
Yeah.
We've done a few.
Done a few things.
Yeah, I had to look up the last video because I knew we had an open giveaway and I didn't want to forget to do that.
Yeah.
I'm Caroline.
Hi, Caroline. I'm Kerri.
This is my friend Kerri. I am the owner of Evertote.
I'm the owner and dyer of Roxy Floss.
And we are recording here today in London, Ontario, Canada at the Evertote Roxy Floss Co workshop. Beehive. The buzzy, busy beehive.
On November 9th, 2023.
So, confession time. Take your minds way back to September 14th. This was
way back, and I'll call
way
Rusty.
Back. That's a Canadian reference. Yeah. Amtrak. This was the chart that I was offering up for giveaway, and there was a little added bonus where I said, blah, 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 I'm going to finish this little part on this part of my stitching, and I don't even have it here, and those were lies because I did not, I didn't even touch it. So
that's awesome.
We're gonna make that a new goal, but maybe not for the next video, but I'm so close to finishing this. So come back in 2 weeks and see the magic that I will bring to you, because it ain't gonna happen this week. But I did pull a winner. For this chart, I had 96 comments in the YouTube random comment generator, and congratulations, Teresa Brown. You are the lucky winner of this chart. If you could please send me an email, caroline@evertote.ca. We'll get this out in the mail to you. And this is courtesy of our friend Susan, who is the Blue Crab Stitcher on Instagram. She gifted this to me at the Stitch North retreat, and another friend, Judy, had also gifted me a copy as well. So Susan said I could give this one away. So you are the lucky recipient. I have so much to share. Where's all your stuff? Oh, it's over there. Okay.
On the floor.
Like, okay, is it just going to be the me show again today? Where's all your stuff?
No, I actually have some significant stuff.
Ooh,
For a change.
exciting.
Nothing like illness to get you the stitching bug back into you.
I was just talking to Ellen this morning about the Rosewood Manor pieces, because you got yours back out.
Yes.
I saw on Instagram that you've been working on yours again, which made me want to work on mine again.
Okay.
And then I thought, you know, you can tell that things are starting to calm down a little bit for us because we're pulling out the Rosewood Manor pieces.
Yeah. I even thought about inspiration.
Wow.
So you know things are slowing down.
Because those are not, that is not like stitching that I gravitate towards. And I think you're the same.
Yeah.
It is not comfort stitching. It is gorgeous, precise.
It's high concentration for 2 or 3 evenings, and then that's it. It has to go away.
Yeah, and it provides an absolutely stunning outcome. But yeah, so that's been fun to see. I have a little bit of admin just to talk about quickly before we get into all of this. The first one is here at Evertote, we are having some email problems. Our server host, they upgraded our server last weekend. Our email was down from about 8 until 2 last Saturday. And they are still having trouble with, basically the problem is we can receive email, but we can only return email to certain addresses for some reason.
So if you're a lucky recipient.
So if you received a response from us this week, 2 thumbs up. It's been a bit of a nightmare for, actually, Julie, who now works here, who I've been friends with since we were kids. And her husband, Peter, was my husband, John's. First of all, they were best friends as kids in high school. We introduced Peter and Julie together. They got married. John and Peter worked together. They had a business together for 30 years. Peter is still running that business. My husband has stepped back, but they're still best friends. Peter's and John's business, Mac Outpost, they host servers.
Oh, I was hoping we were going to name names. Let the heads roll.
I am naming names. But it's not Peter's fault. I mean, this is tech problems, right? So Peter upgraded the server to some other system last Saturday, and it has given him nothing but trouble.
That's the worst.
Nothing but trouble. And so the 2 that I know of for sure, Rogers, so we can receive email, but I can't, anytime I send an email back to somebody, like Ellen has a Rogers email, bounces right back to us, as well as bellsouth.net. So I know I've had some questions on some invoices, people asking questions. I have tried to respond, but my emails are just getting bounced back to me, so I'm really, really sorry. If you've been waiting for, like, and this is I hate to offer this as an alternative because it's a terrible solution, but at the moment it's the only thing I can think of. Reach out to me on Instagram.
Oh no.
I can't think of any other way to fix this. Yeah. They're not getting my emails. And so it's terrible customer service, but there's literally nothing I can do about it.
Yeah. So Gmail is okay, and
so far Gmail is fine as long as we're in your address book, because if we send you a link or a photo, it goes right into your spam folder. Yeah. So yeah, frankly, it's been very difficult. Instagram, I will try to stay on top of checking the direct messages in Instagram if you're having problems getting a hold of me or Hannah through email.
That has its pitfalls too.
It does also have its pitfalls. Things get lost easily. The messaging is not perfect, but at the moment, I honestly don't know what else to do. So hopefully within the next week, this problem will get sorted out and everything will be back to normal. That's the hope. Second thing is, and I'm going to just say this now before I forget to say it, you might notice that we're sitting in a different location. Oh, yes. We have all of these lovely shop models behind us. Many of you, I know I always get questions. What's that with the so-and-so behind you that was over your right shoulder? So what I'm going to do is, at the end of this video, I'm going to include a little shop model tour. So if there's anything on the wall that's behind us that you're curious about, stick around to the end of the video, or if you get tired of listening to us, just scroll right past to the end, and I'll give you a little tour of the models. And I'll do that
Everybody leaves.
Crickets. I'll give you a tour of everything that's on the wall and tell you what they are. Stitch North Fall Edition. We've opened up.
It's just not stopping.
Who, Me talking or
No.
Stitch North?
No, all the events. I was like, stop the ride. I want to get off.
You don't have to come. You can stay here if you want.
I think it's
I
great.
can run it without you.
Great. I think I just have a little bit of PTSD from October. I'll be fine.
Stop it right. Caroline, you're hosting too many events.
We're having too much crafty fun.
Look, I didn't leave Jacobpalooza and get on a plane and go to England.
I know.
That's on you.
That is on me. And I paid for it. When I phone home on day 6 in tears, I just think I want to come home. And the event hasn't even started yet. I think I've made a terrible mistake. I'm really, really tired.
Oh, well,
Oh my God.
you know, the rest of us saw that coming.
I know. Because Kerri thinks she's 25.
You poor thing. Oh, Karen thinks she's 25. Yeah. No sleep.
No.
Gonna blast right through it.
Yeah. I'll sleep on the
Awesome.
plane, she says.
Well, I'm just gonna host and run my own event. Last weekend of October next year, we have opened up a brand new 1 weekend only Stitch North Fall Edition. It's a
Awesome.
wild, wild west. Anyone can come. There's no wait list. There's no early bird registration. It's been open for just over a week now. Registration's open. It's on the website. There will be, all of the information will be in the description box below. And there's going to be a burger night instead of
That's good.
a pizza night. It's held in Brampton, Ontario. So it's close to Pearson International Airport, and it's the same hotel that we use in the spring.
Yeah.
Basically, all of the stitchers pretty much take over the entire hotel. We stitch in the ballroom. It's a great time.
It's a good time.
Yeah, it's a really good
Yeah.
time.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah.
That's good to know.
A couple of deep dives, therapy sessions. That'll be good.
Yeah, October was full on.
And
October
September.
was full on. Yeah, and September.
yeah, October
and
was.
August.
And pretty much
Yeah, yeah.
August, yeah.
All the way since April.
Yeah.
Yeah, since April. That's why Rosewood Manor is starting to come back out.
Yeah.
We're sleeping.
Yeah.
We're getting some sleep, and we're
breathe a
starting
little bit.
Yeah, breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
It's been great.
No more 70-hour work weeks. It's always fun.
I need more powdered up. Julie came upstairs yesterday and she said, oh yeah, we need more powdered up. And I said, okay, do you know which one it is? She said, yeah.
Yeah.
Powdered up was the one during weekend 2 Jacobpalooza that we were ripping open pre-packed. We were trying to find powdered up wherever we could because it was in everything, thanks to Ellen.
And the word,
and it's a great color.
The words cross stitch and cannibalize should never ever cross, but they were.
Just open those other floss packs and pull it from there and take it from that. But it was a wild ride.
It really was.
And neither of us are 25 anymore. But man, was it fun?
It was
a great time. Fun.
It was a great time.
It was just so fun. So
we should do it every month. No.
Yeah, now you're being sarcastic. I did a video on the Off the Grid Needle Arts YouTube channel 2 days ago. Feels like it was last week, but it was only 2 days ago, where I did a little Modern Folk Embroidery Retreat recap. But it was mostly sharing some gifts that people had given to me. For more of a retreat recap, I'm going to point you in the direction of a lovely new friend named Carmen. Her channel is Cardamen. So it's Cardamen. I'm going to link to her in the drop-down box below. Carmen put out her very first Flosstube, and it was all entirely just a really, really wonderful retreat recap. But not just a retreat recap, like a solid review of her stitching, like a solid Flosstube. Yeah. Her stitching is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Her Instagram is gorgeous. So you can follow her on Instagram. Oh, I didn't write that down. I think it's Cardamom and Pins, something like that. Yeah. I will have a direct link to her, all of her information in the drop-down box below. Her Flosstube #1 is 2 hours long. It's astonishingly good. You're gonna need intermission in the middle, because you'll have a hard time stitching through it, because it's serious eye candy for the entire hour. And a lot of this one over here, a lot of her beautiful floss and fabrics, and just a great demonstration. Currently at the moment, she is working on the Garden of Holland Modern Folk Embroidery, and it is a conversion that Kerri did sort of on the fly at the retreat.
Not sort of. It was 100%
Totally on the fly.
Yeah.
Totally on the fly.
We had to revisit it one or two times.
Yeah. When you do conversions at events, I know you love doing them. You make it a little difficult for us
different
here afterwards, because Kerri takes the cover model and does a conversion based on the colors that she sees that she wants to put together, which is beautiful. It doesn't help us when we need to do a conversion for the shop, because especially if the designer like Jacob has provided a DMC list.
Because it's not the DMC list.
It's not even close.
No.
And so, because, and here's a perfect example. And I mean, this is just slight, right? Buckleberry Manor, this is the sampler. This is the one I'm working on. This is my copy of it. You can see how it's kind of more got a rosy tone, and it's an older copy of it. Well, this is a new copy of it. Check out the difference. See that?
Oh yeah.
So when we do conversions for the shop, and we're trying to stay somewhat true, because we still want to create a cohesive palette where the colors look good together, we do aim to stay. Hannah aims to stay. Hannah is number one. She here in the shop. Hannah's the one who does the conversions.
It's really the one that you want to come to.
Yeah. So she's the one who's pulling those colors together and creating the list on the website. So Carmen's list is different from the one we have in the shop. So she's got all the information. Go check out her Flosstube. It's wonderful. You're gonna love it.
For me, being such a visual person,
yes,
it's the cover art that really grabs my attention.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that a little bit more at Turkish Delight, but so the cover art is what appeals to me, and then I base it on what I'm seeing on the cover art, and then I somewhat go to the DMC list and start matching up, but at that point I'm just plugging things in, and if I see the palette in front of me and it's like, well, I don't really like that color with it, I'll just change it out, and then I have to try to match it up with the DMC, and it becomes a bit of a
bit of a so
I apologize for that, but
you don't need to apologize. I'm just explaining why
you want to go to Hannah.
No,
I'm enforcing that you should go to Hannah. If you want to like take a wild ride with me, come to me, but I'm not guaranteeing results.
It's more that Carmen is showing a version that is not what is reflected on the website, and I wanted them to understand why. 100%. Because both are equally gorgeous. But when we're selling it in bulk to multiple people, and we don't have time to explain all of this, because somebody might buy it without understanding this conversation that we're having. And then I get an email saying, like I did from Lisa. Lisa sent me an email saying, well, this match to this color, I thought it was supposed to be a green, but it's not a green. It's more of, because ochre was the match. Well, when you look at photos online of floss colors and you're trying to match, like stuff is tough, right? So we do our best to do a cohesive palette that's together. Anyways, I'm babbling. So that's the conversion story. Go check out Carmen. She's awesome. Next. I had a serious list today because I knew I needed it. We have got so much new stuff going in the shop. It's in the shop. So much new stuff in the shop. But I've never shown my finish on this Flosstube.
Nice.
Ta-da!
So good.
Sampler September. Thank you. Isn't it great?
Oh my God, this blue flower placement made that blotch work so much.
I know. So you can imagine when it's framed. Yeah. It's gonna look so good. Yeah, I love it. So this is Maximum Cross Stitch, our friend Ellen. September's Revenge on 32 count Panettone with the called for Roxy Floss Co colors. And I finished it. I finished it 2 days after the end of September. It was either October 1st or October 2nd. I think it was the 2nd, but I finished that. And then just recently, and I did share this on Tuesday, because part 3 has just come out for the collaboration with 1897 Schoolhouse Samplers, I finished part 2, which is called Bloom Wildly. And here's my finish.
So good.
Isn't that good?
So pretty.
Yeah. Look at that.
So
isn't
pretty.
it beautiful? Yeah. 40 count Panettone with the called for Roxy Floss Co colors. And check it out. I now have, so part 1 is Sing After the Storm. It's actually, the focus is pretty good today.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's because it's not trying to focus on a million things in my bookshelf.
Oh, maybe.
Which was kind of part of my method to my madness for moving over here. So
Okay.
I think it's working. We'll see when I go to edit. So I have 2 parts done.
Yay.
And part 3 is now available. It's called Speak of Love Silently. Do you want to see my start?
Yes, please. Oh. Wow.
Ta-da!
Almost done.
I put 1 thread in last night because I had to start it. So now, I am not the designer. Leanne has full creative control over her artwork on her cover. There. This is the upside. For some reason, she has placed her design crooked. Not crooked, but sideways. And I guess just to show an alternative, you know, way you could do your placement. But the way the chart is charted, it's charted like that. So that is the design. And you can see that that orientation matches the original. There's, come on, there we go. There's the original right there on her big piece. So that was, there's also, there's a small error in the text. She says that this is the 2nd in a series of 5. This is the 3rd. It's clearly marked on the website. It's not hard to figure it out. This is the 3rd part. I'm a little bit OCD, and I really want to just go. So that's the right way. That's the right way. I'm not the designer. She chose to do it like this. Thank you, Leanne. So part 3 is now available, and there's only 1 new color in this chart pack. So the if you buy the chart and the booster pack, you only need 1 skein of Bebe. And then the floss packs from the first 2 charts, it's just added into that. The only reason you would need more floss, there's another booster pack. So booster pack for 1/2 is just the 1 skein of floss. Booster pack for 2/2 stitching, you will need a new skein of 2 of the greens. I can't remember which ones they are, but because the stitch count for all 3 of these charts takes you over the number that you would get with 1 skein of floss, that's why you'll need a secondary skein of floss. Dye lots are probably different, but you know, that's the beauty of this project. This is a ragtag project. Everything is, you know, I've got different dye lots now for my linen. So my Panettone is a different dye lot from the piece that I started on. You can slightly see the difference there. It's a little more apparent in real life, but I love that. This project, I think, it's exciting for me that it's all sort of cobbled together, and yeah, really nice. So that's one of the new things out in the shop now.
Very cool.
Yeah. The we'll talk about that one. We'll talk about Artsy Housewife. I just want to show you the holiday bags because we've got 2 sets in the shop now.
What's this?
Oh, I just, yeah, don't peek. Don't peek. I'm saving it.
Okay.
It's a surprise. This first set, we had these in the shop 2 years ago, and then I saved an extra bolt. I set it aside. We did not sell this fabric last year. This was a really popular print, and so I'm super happy we've, and this, it needs a bit of a press. It's been folded in half. This was the fabric that we had as a collaboration with Jeanette Douglas with the Christmas chair pin pillows from a couple years ago. And they haven't been available on the website for the last year. They are now back up. The remainder of our fabric has been cut down and prepped into bags. We only have flat bags available, mediums and larges, and the inventory that's listed in the shop is all we have, and then that fabric is done.
That's a good one.
Isn't it beautiful?
Love that print.
It's a really great holiday print. Yeah. And then brand new for this year, we are not doing, I know, we are not doing a holiday collaboration this year with a designer, mostly because the countdown usually takes up all of December. And last year I did a collaboration with Bart Dunn. The Be Merry is the holiday chart that I did with Bart last year. And I felt like I didn't really get a chance to fully enjoy that collaboration last year. So this December, along with my countdown box, I'm gonna revisit Bart's chart from last year, as Bart's chart, Be Merry, and also Kelly Cosford Rise Stitchery. Her Happy Christmas. I'm going to be working on that as well.
I was just going to say that as well.
Yeah.
I got to revisit that when I was
in
London, big London.
And I love Kelly, and we have a couple more charts of Kelly's that are coming out soon. But, you know, we had to do something a little bit new for holidays.
A little festive.
So Kerri came up with a little something that was based on some fabric that we had. So this fabric, look at this.
So good.
So this is the only variation we have. It is a medium flat bag, and guess what? There's no notions pouch. Instead of a notions pouch this time, prepare to be amazed, we have made a matching thread bed. So this set comes with a medium flat bag, thread bed. The thread bed has felt for your needle. It's just simple, basic. I love these. I love these. I have started using these all the time. All the time. I love them. But wait, there's more. These sets.
These are so good for the Rosewood Manor.
Right? Yeah. Keeping all your leftover little bits before you, because you have to unthread your thing. Yeah.
If you're not using a 10 to 12 needle system, which is also good for this because you can poke them into the
That's
thread
right.
bed.
You can just thread your needle. Yeah, stick your needle in there. So I showed Kerri the fabric, and look what she came up with. Ta-da! So we have a Christmas floss pack, a holiday floss pack. This set is called Ornaments Galore. We only have 65 of these total. That's it. And then 65 floss packs. So we're only selling this as a full set. So you get the medium bag, the thread bed, and the 6 flosses. Everything is a coordinated set. Now,
I'm very happy with this set.
Oh, isn't it gorgeous?
Because I can be a real asshole to myself. And this turned out really well.
Toot toot! Why don't you just toot your own horn a little louder there, Kerri? Yeah, I would agree. I have to agree. It's beautiful. And you know, we have some other floss packs still in the shop that Kerri has done that were, you know, sort of curated palettes. There's still the Goodbye Summer, Hello Autumn. And sometimes I think that stitchers don't know what to do with these packs, right? Because it takes, you know, how am I going to use it? What am I going to use it for? It's not charted in anything. So I have a suggestion, just as like some inspiration. If you go to Natalia, I think it's Crafting with Natalia
Okay.
in Australia. Natalia, who was here
Oh,
in London for the retreat.
I don't think crafting with it. I think it's just,
Natalia Dmitrieva.
yeah, that's her.
It's Dmitrieva. I'm so sorry, Natalia.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I will put your Instagram handle on the screen. I will also link to you in the drop down box below. Her Instagram account, just like Carmen's, it's absolutely beautiful.
Oh,
And she recently did, she finished the Jacob Friendship Sampler, but she used the Autumn Floss Pack, the Hello Autumn Floss Pack, and she did all of the motifs in separate colors, each one representing a different new friend that she'd met at the retreat.
Apparently, I don't know how to spell her first name, so we'll figure it out.
I promise you, I will put it up on the screen. And drop down box below. But she used a different color for every new friend that she met at her table, and then she put their initials into the central motif in that color.
Yeah.
So that each motif was designated. It was such a beautiful idea, and I just thought how creative that was. And because it's a curated palette, all the colors look great together. You can't really go wrong.
Yeah,
right.
That's great idea.
So it was absolutely beautiful. But anyways, so that's in the shop now. Okay, so now we'll talk about Artsy Housewife. Okay, but before we do that, okay, so next we have a bunch of new Artsy Housewife charts in the shop along with floss conversions. And Kerri actually has a whip of one of those projects, which is Coffee and Eggs. That's this one. Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with this.
It's so sweet.
I love the colors.
So this is your own conversion.
Yes.
It's a Hannah conversion.
It's a Hannah conversion.
It's a Hannah conversion. The linen is...
I think speculoos.
Yeah, you're right. It's hard to tell in this lighting. This lighting
I'm just going off the
absolutely
modeling.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's more gray. It's not Panettone.
No.
So speculoos is a little bit lighter in tone, and it's more of a gray brown, whereas Panettone is more of a warm brown with green undertones. Green, reddish undertones. It's more warm. Yeah, that's speculoos. It's beautiful.
Thank you. I'm very pleased with it. That's a lot of stitching.
That is a lot of stitching.
Just saying.
So the floss packs that we do with our conversions, we will include the paper copy in the inside of the package. So this is the Coffee and Eggs floss pack. We do include a guide in the package. If we forget to send it to you, because sometimes that happens, we send out a lot of packs. All of these conversion guides are actually embedded in the website, in the listing. So if you lose it, if you can't find your slip of paper, if you just go to the listing that's on the website for this particular item, right in the product item description, there will be a link directly to the conversion guide. So, and Hannah is now doing that for all of our conversions that are online as a matter of course. So they're all there. Are you ready to see the new one?
Yeah, I really like this one.
Let me just say, Gigi and her husband Boone are so nice. They are so nice. I have really enjoyed the fact that we're starting to work together, and there's going to be a collaboration coming early next year. I think late April. So I guess that's not really early next year, but we're working on something. So I've brought some more of Gigi's charts into the shop. Are you ready? These all have Roxy Floss conversions with them, but we also offer just the charts or a chart and floss, and there's recommended linen as well in each listing. Christmas chicken.
Love it.
I know. It's so good. There. Check out that wreath. Hannah said that the lights around look like stoplights. Green, red, yellow. It's like, go, chicken. Isn't that an amazing chicken? It's
amazing.
So good. I love that one. I have to stitch this. Pink Barn.
Yeah.
Look at that. That cow is so good.
Yeah, her animals
I know.
are so good.
Yeah. Yeah. The floss palette, the floss pack for this one is so good.
Wow.
It's beautiful. Yeah. I know. I know. Una Owl.
Oh my god. Okay.
Una Owl. I mean, come
Yeah.
on, right? There we go. Look at that. So good.
Oh.
I'm going to show this one. Lovely Dove.
Because I would already needed to do Pretty Bird.
I know. I know.
The list is...
I know. This is why we needed more lentil.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Lentil is the recommended fabric and we're running a little low. So Kerri's working on it. Isn't that great? Yeah.
So very, very good.
And then, check this out. What? Like,
Wow.
come on. So, and the reason why I had this here was to show the recommended linen. Sorry, I just like slammed that down. Apologies. This is my Jeanette Douglas Flowers for You. But the linen that this is on, this is Candy Apple. And so that's the recommended linen for the moth.
Nice.
So the floss palette the floss palette is next level. It's really, really good.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really great. I'm looking at it down here. I should show you. So this, I think you can see it well enough through the plastic. Isn't that good? It's absolutely beautiful. Oof.
Oh my goodness.
I
My
know.
Stitching list just got so long.
Yep.
In one.
I know, one fell swoop.
Yeah.
I know, it's just all so good. Man, all so good. Okay. I told you, we had so many things added to the shop over the last 3 weeks. It has been listing palooza around here. Ellen.
She's a busy bee.
She is. You should wait until you see what she's. I mean, we've got some big plans. She's got a lot of stuff to release over the next 6 months, and really good stuff. I love this sweet pin cushion. I wish I had the model here to show you because the cover model's good, but the actual pin cushion itself is the sweetest thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is called Choose Violets, and she's finished it into a pin cushion. There is some back stitching in this part here, so you're going to want to choose a fabric count that's big enough to let that show. And she stitched this on Night Owl with Roxy Floss.
Which would explain the cover.
Yes.
The cover photo.
Yeah.
It's so hard
Night
to
Owl
photograph.
is almost impossible to photograph. In some photos it turns out blue. In some photos it looks totally black. In some it looks gray. It's really a tough one. Mm-hmm. But it's a beautiful fabric. It is a dark black with a blue undertone with gray. So that's why it doesn't photograph well. Ellen's charts always include a DMC alternative, but the cover model is stitched with Roxy Floss. So there's Choose Violets. And then this is a special one, you guys. This is really, really special. This is, and it's hefty too. This is the sale of the Zimmerman farm.
It includes the actual purchase and sale agreement in it, which is why it's 400 pages.
It is 51 pages of chart goodness. Now, Ellen does big chart size now, like the font.
Oh, nice.
This is why it's 51 pages, right? Yeah. The print size is big.
I love it because it is
it's very
manageable pages.
easy to see, and each page there's not, doesn't feel like it's an overwhelming amount of stitching on each page.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
So even the one over, like the words are 1/1 here. You can see that. And the way that they're charted is just wonderful. And again, as with most of Ellen's charts that have personalization, and look at, what I didn't tell you why this is special, this is actually based on Ellen's family history. So this is actually based on an advertisement that was advertising the sale of her great-grandfather's farm here in Ontario, Southern Ontario, which is so cool. And she's included photographs. I'm sure I can show you these. So there's photographs in the chart that explain some of the history behind it. And so what's really special about this is that it's a modern sampler. It's a modern sampler made now by a designer that we all know and love and are friends with, but it's based on her own history and done in a traditional sampler format, which I think is really both unique and special. Mm-hmm. And she's included several options in here. So you can see the back cover. She's removed the words, so you can personalize it. You can just put an alphabet there if you don't want to put, the information on her family farm, etc. So, and there's also there's charts for 2 smalls. One of them's a needle book. I got to show you that. I don't know that I can show it. Well done. Isn't it good? And I made sure that we printed it in color so that you could see all of the stuff on the inside. So if I show this from the side, this is you can do a needle book. So this is based on the motifs in the border. And you can turn that in and you can, personalize it with your own, your own initial. But everything is included in here. And it's just, it's incredible. Yeah.
I really appreciate when designers do their homework, and there's like a lot of history, and you're buying a whole story. Yeah, it just makes the project really special.
Yes, I agree. This was a special one, and I watched Ellen stitch the model over the last few months, and it was kind of special. Mm-hmm. Loved it. So this is not a small book. This is a booklet, a real booklet, but it's a special one. Okay. Rosewood Manor. We'll go to Rosewood Manor.
Okay.
Whips next, and then I'll save this until after.
All right.
I can't wait to see this.
So this bad boy came out, and I got 1 page finish, and I'm pretty close to another page finish.
Oh my gosh, look at this. What? Kerri!
I know. It's intense, right?
Kerri, it's amazing. Oh.
Yeah, I'm very, very pleased with it. I think I might work on it this evening before putting it away. I'm getting to that point that it's time to go away again.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That looks so good.
I'm very pleased with it.
That looks amazing.
Thank you. And this bottom border down here, I thought, well, this isn't too bad. Like the end is in sight, and then I realized more of the alphabet's up below it. It's like, yeah. That's not good.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So there's still quite a bit.
For those of you who don't know this piece or recognize this piece, or this is your first time seeing it, this is by Karen Kluba, Rosewood Manor. It's lunchtime, and so Luna is a little chopped off that she's been left in here, and she's not out there with the people who are enjoying their lunch. Turkish Delight looks a little different, doesn't it? This was Karen Kluba's original design based on using a pink linen and the flosses that she chose to go with this. Kerri has completely reinvented the wheel with this one. Totally different fabric, clearly, and also an entirely different floss palette that works together. So the version that we sell in the shop, it's a little confusing because this is the picture that you see in the listing, but obviously the linen and the floss that we're selling with it are Kerri's version. But we also offer the chart as well, but we don't have a cover model that looks like Kerri's, so that's why. So yeah, looking good. But yeah,
Thanks.
I was gonna show them. That's what you have still at the bottom underneath that border.
Yep.
But that's not a lot,
No, it's not too bad.
considering all of those tiny little.
Actually, the alphabet is a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
After all the color changes
Yeah.
in the middle.
And all these little teeny tiny.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's like, what? I get to do 35 stitches of the same color?
I know.
Woo!
So I brought mine out yesterday because you inspired me. So mine is Buckleberry Sampler, the Buckleberry Sampler. Go on your bed. Go on your bed. She's fine. She's fine. This is mine. There. And I am working from the bottom up. I'm not nearly as far as Kerri. Don't make fun.
I'm not.
Don't make fun.
You've been doing some other stuff.
I've been doing some other stuff. I only put like an hour into this. So I added in everything in that flower that you see. That's it. In an hour. I was interrupted many times. So it's going to look exactly the same as this. And then there's one more section here. And then that's it. It's not a big piece.
You're
I
almost
should say
you're
it's-
almost at full width?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not overly wide.
No.
And this is a 40 count. Well, yeah, what count is your linen?
40.
40.
Yeah.
And porcelain or dirty porcelain?
It's porcelain.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's only one more segment. There's 3 segments total, and that's it. And then you just go up, 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 up. Isn't it pretty?
Yeah, it's very pretty. Is that Cheshire?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the pops of Cheshire.
Cheshire, Violet Woods, and Shy Violet
Okay.
is the series of the purples in the flower right there. Can you see it? Right there. Yeah. Whoop, wrong way. There. Thoroughly enjoyable
Wow.
stitch, but really something that you need to be paying attention.
Yeah.
You do not want to be ripping it out. Very, oh. I was texting Ellen last night. I said, look what I pulled out. And I said, there's so many color changes. And she said, yeah, confetti kluba. That made me laugh.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun. Because it's very accurate. And that's why Karen's designs are all so incredibly beautiful.
Man.
But man,
gorgeous.
Just so much confetti. Beautiful. So yeah, so we've been back into Rosewood Manor, which has been really nice. Holiday countdown, because we're getting into talking about Jacob now. So I'll start with countdown's coming. It is November the 9th. So I'm going to be hosting daily videos on my other YouTube channel, Off the Grid Needle Arts, for the stitch along. Luna's just a little unsettled, so we'll just let her go and visit the other folks at the workshop. Yeah, so daily videos. The first video is going to be out the last day of November as we prepare for everything. I've had several emails from people who have opened their boxes
Buggers.
and are looking for the PDF floss symbol chart because we did not include it in the box this year. Well, surprise, it's not available until the last day of November. We're going to have it up as a PDF on our website. It's for free. Anyone will be able to download it. The floss key will be on it, but then it will have a blank space for each day where you will fill in the name of the floss. So in order to find out the color of the day, you have to tune into the video where we'll talk about the daily color of the day if you're trying to match colors at home for your own, because we now have the option to buy just the cards. We have the set of all 25 cards available if you would like to participate in the stitch along. We no longer have any boxes for sale. We could probably pull a few together if you really, really wanted one, but you have to email us and ask. And honestly, we have very little supplies left, and it would take us a little bit of time to put it together, and I can no longer guarantee December 1st delivery.
Oh goodness, no.
So your best bet at the moment is to, if you still want to participate in the stitch along, is to grab a set of the cards. And now it's not like just getting a simple pattern. They are 25 cardstock cards, so the shipping is a little bit, it's regular shipping rates. It's not like sending a letter. So, but anyways, that's coming down the road. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
I always love, I had so much fun doing that last year.
Yeah.
I can't wait to do it again. It's gonna be really fun. So Jacob, speaking of Jacob, because Modern Folk Embroidery he's the designer of the holiday countdown. He came out with a few new things. Like four new things.
Oh goodness.
The biggest of which was the 2024 it's not a mystery, excuse me, 2024 stitch along. No time like the present. What?
Unbelievable.
I actually was kind of not involved in that I had anything to do with it, because I had nothing to do with it, but involved in that I sort of watched his process as he was designing this, because I'm not going to show you what he sent me, but he sent me a few pictures along the way of his ideas and as he was sort of filling things in and as it came to life. And that was the coolest thing ever. Mm-hmm. And just watching him take it from idea to finished design, phenomenal. This is incredible. So not only does he give so it is a digital mock-up. The colors that the cover model are based on is a digital representation of Falu Red and Great Lakes. And then, if that wasn't awesome enough, what? He gave representations of 4 other floss combinations on the back. Yeah. We have these all listed on the website. All of those different combinations are fully outlined on the listing. It's in the website. We are starting to ship this now. It is marked as a pre-order, but as you can see, we now have the charts in stock. We've had a lot of orders, so Kerri is dying and we're carting it and packing and shipping all, so we can't just ship everything out at once. It's sort of a process that will take us a few weeks to ship everything out, but we're working on it. Falu Red is the color of the day.
It is.
Yeah.
It's marinating.
So
it's doing its thing.
Yeah, it's doing its thing. So Falu Red orders will probably ship by middle to end of next week. Yeah, this chart is incredible.
Yeah. Now, I told myself, because I'm still working on 2021, I told myself that I'm not allowed to do any of Jacob's year-long stitch-alongs until I finish 2021. Well, that went out the window, because I will be joining in on this. Maybe I could even get 2021 done.
Why not? Dream big, right?
Sure.
Well, the combo that I'm really drawn to is the green and the pink. This is Pinery and Sugar Plum.
Nice.
So this one I love. It's really different from anything that I already have on the go. I'm not talking about finished, but on the go. I just love it.
Which combination is this?
That is Graphite and Statuesque.
Okay.
That's the blue and the gold right there. This one.
That's appealing.
Yeah. But again, the digital representation, the colors in real life are way, way better. That's Tart and Craisins.
Okay.
And then Dirty Martini and Evu, which is extra virgin olive oil. Right?
Really nice. Oh, that's a tough one.
So, excuse me, Jacob came out with a few other charts at the same time. I don't actually they're at the printers right now, but let me show you so that I will pop in a cover photo of these. So one of them is called A Quilter's Dream.
Ruh-roh.
So, a quilter's dream.
Oh my.
Isn't that
Look at
phenomenal? Yeah. So that's a new release.
Nice.
Then there was.
Are you going to show them or no?
I'll put up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know how to do that.
Go make a cup of tea. We'll be back in a minute or two.
I'll put that up. Love letters, which he actually just recently finished on his website. Yeah. So that's his finish of that.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. It's really sweet. Perfect chart for Black Sampler November, which is what he stitched it for. And then the last one, we can thank my friend Kathy of Thread and I, my old haunting grounds. Thread and I was my local needlework shop back in the day. Kathy and her husband Neil, still really good friends of mine. We're quite close. Kathy saw this chart about 6 months ago. This is Under the Stars, right? I mean, come on. It's just so good. But she's like, yeah, that's really big. She said, I'm not sure I want to stitch the whole thing. But she said, I'm going to do some fiddling around and I'll get back to you. So she went off and she did some fiddling and she said, okay. She said, but I think I want to do it with 2 colors. I don't want to do it with just 1 color. So she came to the workshop and we chose 2 colors. We chose Redwood and Annie.
Okay.
And some linen.
Yep.
And then off she went. And then 6 months later, she did bring it to the retreat. She brought it, but it wasn't quite finished. And then she came back the week after retreat and she brought it in. And look at that. Yeah. So as you can see, it's a square version of the chart. 2 colors, Redwood and Annie, done on dirty porcelain linen. We have to actually update the inventory on the dirty. That's a little reminder to myself to do that when I'm editing this. I'm going to hear it and I'm going to say, right, got to do that. And then she actually did the model for us here at the shop. So guess what? Welcome to Evertote Workshop, Under the Stars square version.
Goodness, look at this.
Isn't that phenomenal?
Amazing.
Okay, so you need to come back because this is going to be our screenshot for the video. So hold it in the middle. Yeah, it's amazing. Holy cow.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. Isn't it good? It's, wow, so good. So I showed it to Jacob and he said, what is that? I said, well, it's yours, but it's a little different. And so he recharted his original design and he has re-released it as Under the Stars square version. So this version is now available in the shop. We have it listed as a physical copy. Jacob has it listed as a PDF. He's charted it now for the 2 colors. So the original one was monochromatic. The new square version is 2 color. The colors that Kathy used again were Redwood and Annie. But again, any color combination, even like any ones that you can see on the new stitch along, 2 colors, they're all so good. You know, really just use your own tastes and you can't go wrong. This is a 36 count. 36 count fabric, 1/2. 1 thread over 2. Just stunning.
It's really nice. I really like the coverage.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's beautiful.
So this is going to get hung up downstairs where everyone can enjoy it because it's a biggie. And then hopefully at some point the construction will be done out front and we can have another open house. Because at the moment, they're not even close.
I don't even know how they're going to get
They're not even close.
By the time snow flies.
They're not. They can't. We have no sidewalks. We have like it's a mud pit out there.
Yeah. Well, I noticed that there's a string line out there.
Yeah.
Is that for a curb?
That is for, yes, that is for the concrete work. They have started laying the foundations for that, but there's no forms done. There's nothing, and it's like
I have no idea how they're gonna pull that off.
I don't know.
It's gonna be a big old mess.
It's a terrible mess. I have no shoes on now because my shoes were covered in mud. Because of course every time I have to take the dog out to the corner. Anyways,
it's like 1892 out there.
Well, there's no raw sewage in the middle of the street,
that's true.
Right? So
and you're not wearing a ground length skirt or petticoats, so I guess that is an advantage.
I think maybe that's why Matt is not wearing his skirt
maybe
with the petticoats because of the street. Now that would be historically accurate, actually. But no, it is.
Gets out there with his John Flew up to his ankles in mud.
Yeah,
nice.
That would be good. It's awful. It's really awful.
Yeah.
But anyways, growing pains, right? When it's done, it's going to be
really nice.
Fantastic. It'll be fantastic. Okay, so did you have other whips that you wanted to show?
I did.
Well, why not
I think you might be shocked and awed.
Ooh, shocked and awed. I like shock and awe.
So I really went ham on this. If you remember, I think I hadn't really touched it since Edmonton.
Wow. Oh, look at that. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Kerri.
So I finished the alphabet. I did the border up top, and I'm just coming up on
hang on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. On a page finish for Mary herself.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow.
It's quite a bit. Quite a bit of stitching.
It's beautiful.
I'm really happy with it. Thank you. So that's that. That's Mary Queen of Scots on Dirty Porcelain.
Floss?
Falu.
Falu Red.
Yeah.
And the designer?
You did this.
I did.
Papillon creation.
Very good. Papillon.
Papillon. Mary Queen of Scots.
Wow.
It's just a historical sampler of her time in Scotland and France and her demise in England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually, speaking of that, the audiobook that I'm currently listening to is all about, well, it's Ken Follett's. You remember the Pillars of the Earth?
Yeah.
Well, it's now a trilogy.
Okay.
And I'm listening to the second book.
Nice.
So.
Good?
Yes. Yeah. Very good. Mary Queen of Scots has just died.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to...
Spoiler alert.
If you didn't hear. I actually went to Westminster and saw her sarcophagus. Is that what it is? Sarcophagus? Sure. Whatever that word is.
I'm not sure. Oh, we're getting the battery light. Well, and the other battery is not very good. So let's go. We're gonna go. Okay. Leave it plugged in until we'll go until we get shut down, and then we'll.
Okay.
Okay. What else you got?
That's all I've got for stitching. I got a lot of knitting.
Okay. All right. So I have two other whips that I didn't show on Tuesday that I have really been trying to work towards finish. So that leads me to want to tell you about this weekend. There is going to be a Finish It Up weekend on the Facebook group that's attached to my other channel. So it's called Friday Off the Grid. Anybody can join, and we're going to encourage each other to finish up some whatever. It doesn't have to be an entire project. It can be your own goal, like finish a page or finish a motif or finish, like fully finish an ornament. Whatever your own interpretation of finishing something is, make it a goal, make a plan. We're going to go from tomorrow morning, Friday morning at 9 a.m. until Sunday at midnight. You got the whole weekend. We're just going to encourage each other to do it. So there's two things that I've got. I have a sneaky third one that I would also like to do, but I'm not going to show it just in case I don't get to it, and then I won't set myself up for failure. So first one is my Modern Folk Embroidery Halsingland Blommer, which
getting close.
I am getting close.
Look at that.
I'm getting close. So I just have that bottom corner to do. And really, when I get stitching on this, it is fast. The border is obviously very repetitive, and I can just load a needle and go. And I only have one corner left. There's a lot of empty space in there. The motif is big. It's 28 count. It's super easy stitching. I have enjoyed every minute of stitching this piece. It's slated to become a cushion for my couch. And
so you're going to finish the stitching and make the cushion this weekend? Come on.
No. I'm going to finish the stitching and then it's going to languish in a pile for 3 years until I fully finish it into a cushion. But that's okay. Wow. I'm okay with that. So that one is almost done. Now, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
The second thing that I really want to finish this weekend, because I am so close.
Yep.
So.
You can do it.
You ready?
Yeah. Ooh, look at that. So close.
So this is Maximum Cross Stitch, the Friendship Sampler, small version. Not the big version, it's the small version. The border is entirely done. All of the flowers are done. Everything is done in the border. The house is done except for the door. I have to do like a doorknob and something on the door. And some back stitching for the flower pots. But that's like what, 10 minutes. And then I just have to finish these two little guys. There's a berry bowl and a flower pot. And that's it. And then it's done. I can do it this weekend and I can finish it. So those are my goals, my 2 goals for this weekend. And I am playing hooky from work tomorrow. And I am going to work from home, but my work is going to be stitching. I'm going to stitch all day.
Which is absolutely valid.
Because John is going away, so the house is going to be empty. I know I shouldn't look forward to my husband going away, but the house is going to be empty. It's going to be quiet. I'm going to make sure that Nicholas goes to school. And then Luna and I are going to hang out and make coffee and stitch. So finish it up weekend over on the Facebook group. You should join in. Pick something that's close. See if you can finish it.
Yeah, I'll have to look at it. I feel like I'm a ways off from a lot of different things.
Or pick a motif or a page, right?
But I need to start wrapping this up because apparently I have 6 new Artsy Housewife charts that have to be started.
Okay, battery has been changed, but it's the third-party battery. It's not quite as good, so we'll see how long it lasts. I only have one other thing that I wanted to talk about. So do you mind if I just quickly do that? And then I can let you see us out. I did a video, well, I tried to do a couple of Hearthside Craftworks videos this week, but only one of them worked. I actually have to re-record the one. I'm doing a sort of overview of the Hearthside Craftworks lap frame, and I need to totally redo it. But I did another video on how to attach your fabric to scroll rods. That video actually, I feel it explains what I wanted to. So that one has now been uploaded on this channel. And the project that I used for that video was my Jan Hicks Creates Palace of the Wind.
Yeah, nice.
So I just wanted to take this opportunity to show off my stitching because I actually have done. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but this is 46 count. Yeah. 46 count. It's tiny, and there's a heck of a lot of counting in there. It is not an intuitive. Well, it might be for some people, but it wasn't for me. I really, really, really had to be careful stitching this. I found it very tricky, but isn't it?
It's gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So this is a 46 count porcelain. The flosses, I'm converting it from the original palette, which was also colors that I love. The sort of burgundy and wine colors. I'm doing a blue palette. This is Roxy Floss, blue in the face, rock on, and powdered up. Love it.
Very pretty.
And I attached my fabric with black sewing thread so that you could see what I was doing in the video. So if you've ever wanted to know, I get asked that a lot. How do I attach my fabric to the scroll rods? So I thought I'm just gonna do a little video, and then I can it's just such an easier way to show people or explain what you're doing. So, all right. So that's it for me.
For me, Christmas knitting is underway.
Oh, yes.
And I took, okay, so my mission was to recreate a sweater that our oldest daughter purchased from Value Village 15 years ago.
Oh, good Lord.
So it's just got that lived in look. It's quite open fabric. It was 3.5 stitches per inch, which is normally an Aran, but this is like almost mesh.
Okay.
Because it's so stretched out.
Right.
And it's full of holes, and so that was my mission, was to recreate this. I took some measurements of it when I was up there last in September, and that was my jumping off point. So I've now made, I'm on my 3rd sweater from trying to recreate this. So
I had no idea you were doing this.
yeah.
This feels like a secret project that I knew nothing about. How cool is that?
So this is version 1. I think it's fully
that's
done.
beautiful.
So I chose the pattern. It's called the Dog Walker by the Plucky knitter.
Okay.
I'll send that information to you. And I knit it according to the plans, which were the pattern, which was Aran weight, which is typically about 3.5 stitches per inch. So that's version 1. I just wanted to get a feel for the pattern.
So cozy.
Yeah. So I mean, I have to. It's a fold over collar. So
Oh yeah.
you fold
Yeah,
it
yeah.
in. So I haven't done all the little finishing details, but so that's version number 1. So I liked the shape of it.
I like
it was
the
quite,
color.
It was quite similar to the style of the original Value Village sweater.
Okay.
So then I needed to open up the gauge.
Okay.
So I had to rewrite the pattern for the gauge that I wanted to stitch it at.
Okay.
In the weight yarn that I wanted to stitch. Version number 2. And this is a pro tip. When you go to Europe, don't travel with 2 sweaters quantities worth of yarn and sweater projects. Maybe choose a pair of socks or a hat. That was my bad. That was on me. But I can't say.
Yarn will travel.
Yeah. So this is the second version where I've opened it up. We're still at 3.5 stitches per inch, but it's with a worsted weight yarn.
Yes.
And
Smells nice.
does it?
Yeah.
Woolly. Yeah, so obviously I need a sleeve, same pattern, and it's going to fit our oldest daughter nicely, I believe.
And you've already done the neck.
No.
Oh, you've
I
just
have to-
pinned
I
it
just
down.
pinned it.
Oh, I
It's a
see. Okay.
folded over.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
getting
pretty nice and baggy.
Yeah.
But the idea was that this was Alyssa's sweater, and her partner loves wearing it.
Oh.
Her partner is John's size. He's 6'2" or 6'3",
Yeah.
built about the same. So now I have to take this and make it to fit a man. So we're on sweater number 3.
That bag is not big enough.
No,
You're
it's
gonna
just the
need
yoke.
to move it over, but it's a nice. Ooh.
So this is sweater number 3. Now I haven't picked up for the neck yet, so it looks huge, but bear in mind that once you pick
It'll
it up,
suck it in,
sucks
yeah.
in. So this is yoke for sweater number 3 at the same gauge. Now I'm just making it dimensionally to be able to fit a longer depth yoke. So I might need John.
Sure.
I
You
might
can
need
borrow
him
him.
to try this on at various points.
Okay.
Just so I get
Yep.
arm length
Fit.
and definitely the depth of
Yep.
the yoke. So that's my
Wow.
So that's been the last 5 weeks of knitting.
Beautiful.
Thank you. So
Just
that's-
show your bag for a second there, because that's
Yeah.
really pretty.
So I got this, so I went to Amsterdam and then I went to London, UK. And this was a collaboration with a shop in London called Wild and Woolly with a maker from Amsterdam.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
it
How could
basically
you not?
just jumped into my cart.
I love that.
Love it. And then the last thing, a little parrot bag. I bought yarn, of course, when I was away. Oh. And this was from Stephen and Penelope.
That color.
Right.
Wow.
So I don't even know if this is gonna blow out big time. Stephen and Penelope in Amsterdam. This is his. It's called Tandem. It's a DK weight, his own. And then this is,
Yeah.
what does he call this? Glohair, which just cracks me up.
The
I think
color,
Stephen and I would be good friends, actually.
I think you would as well. The color is is a little more red orange in real life than I
Yeah.
think what you're getting on the screen.
It's
It
not traffic
is-
cone orange.
It's like a bright mandarin orange.
Yeah.
Christmas orange. That's beautiful.
And
Wow. What are you making?
I am making mitts.
Oh, I love
So
that.
I just started them last night before bed.
Oh.
So.
Glohair.
Glohair. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
So. Because I would never
Wow.
wear this close to my face, but mitts are okay.
That's beautiful. Wow. Love
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
So that's my knitting adventures for the last,
Ooh.
well, since we
Don't
last,
lose your
No.
tag there.
since we last met. I think there might have been a muscle burrow hat thrown in there as well.
As you do. I still haven't finished my sock that I was supposed to finish in September.
the one where we cut the heel into?
No. That the my sampler September striped sock.
Yeah, I haven't finished the cowl.
So I'm wondering if maybe my goal will be to try and finish up that first one in the next couple of weeks and then add the second sock to my December daily task. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As part of,
That's
because
good
I
idea.
didn't buy an Advent sock this year.
Yeah.
So I could knit a stripe a day
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
throughout December. And that way, because I really want to have those done because I just love them so much.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they're nice.
the cowl that I was working on, I'd like to put it into my Christmas giving box.
Oh, yeah.
And gift it to somebody. So
That's good. It's that time of year, isn't it?
mm-hmm.
I can't believe it's November already. I feel
I don't know where
like
time's going.
we blinked and here we are.
I can't believe 9 days ago I was saying, I can't believe it's November. And now we're 9 days into November. It's like,
I know.
it's crazy.
I know. It really
Needs to
is.
slow down a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Well, like I said before, I'm now going to take you on a little tour of the models that are on the wall behind us. And other than that, we will see you.
In 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Happy stitching. I'll give you a quick video tour. First up, we have Mary Harry by Modern Folk Embroidery. Rejoice Evermore by Quaint Rose Needle Arts. We've got Jane Eyre. This is Modern Folk Embroidery. I Am No Bird. And Maximum Cross Stitch. There is Always Room. Love Gains by Modern Folk Embroidery. Always been one of my favorites. Christmas, I believe that's called Christmas Town. That's also by Modern Folk Embroidery. Different from the cover model in that we did it on a porcelain linen with green, that's dark sage that we used to stitch it, and a little pop of Lucille in just a couple of places. We've got Ellen's Three Queens, Mary, Elizabeth, and Anne, Maximum Cross Stitch. These models, the skirts, she did do specialty stitches in them. They are charted for cross stitch with specialty stitch options in each of the charts. They're phenomenal. Aren't they great? Yeah, I love those. We have Tweet Tweet by Quaint Rose Needle Arts. Matter's Choice, Carriage House Samplings. That's stitched on lentil with dark sage. I think we still have a few kits in the shop. I can't remember. Both 40 and 46 count. This is Isabella's Heart, Modern Folk Embroidery. That linen is no longer. That was blank slate, the original blank slate. Just can't reproduce it anymore. Closest match and what I would probably stitch it on now would either be Billie Jean or maybe Grunge. Either of those would be beautiful. We've got Hannah Lavina. I can't remember the name of this one, but this is from that Honeysuckle Manor Blackbird Designs, the booklet. Ellen stitched that shop model for us. It's beautiful. This is an Ellen reproduction, maximum cross stitch on gel Armel. Beautiful red sampler. And I'm going to work my way up to the Thieves series. These are some of my favorites from Ellen. The Honey Thief. There is an errata. This chart, there's an error in the bottom border. So if you have the paper copy of that chart, there is a freebie errata correction on her website, www.maximumcrossstitch.com. It is so sweet. These are Ellen's models. I am currently stitching my own Honey Thief. Then we have the Pineapple Thief. And then last but not least, get that glitter off there, we've got the Pumpkin Thieves. Beautiful little trio. And there you have it. That's what's on the wall behind us this week. I hope you enjoyed. Happy stitching, everybody.